Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Legacy United San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Fractured Friendship 2-pack with Gladiator Megatron and Security Officer Orion Pax. You can see them there in front of the box. Go ahead and put them off the side real quick. And yeah, look at that box. Yeah, you can see there's kind of the whole versus thing. Hey, look, there's Megatron and there's Orion Pax and there's all that stuff. And you got Transformers and a kind of cool picture. And it's like, oh, hey, yeah, you don't know, they're not friends anymore because things happen in the IDW verse and everything. And Hasbro and Takara and all that. And on the top here, hey, look, little pictures of them again with verses and all that's Transformers Legacy United. And hey, look, there's an extension of Megatron's picture, including, hey, look, there's the Gladiator arena with a little Transformer there guy there who might be someone important or might not be. Who knows? And on the side, you have the 40th anniversary Transformers, line white artwork on this in almost entirety. And then on the bottom, you have manufacturing details and what's included. And on the back, you have, hey, product shots and copyrights and warnings and all this stuff that you need to know. So, I guess. And, of course, inside you have the instructions, which are pretty straightforward. And at this point, there's a good chance you, at least one of these figures, you already kind of know how to transform it, considering this is the 11th release. Anyway, Megatron, Orion Pax. So you can see that, yeah, based on the Siege Megatron and the Gamer Edition Optimus molds, respectively. And yeah, getting in close. So we'll talk about Megatron here. Yeah, getting in close here. You can see, yeah, he's got. This is based on the minor Megatron slight remolding from a little bit ago. That was from the 2-packs they did on Amazon a little bit. You can see the helmet and everything. Kind of a cool little thing. You got the red on there. You got some like almost a bleeding eye effect thing. You got these like hatched out things. You got. Where the caution stripes on there are gone now, replaced with just red colored in. Bit of silver right there, some red and right there, and the detailing, some more black and red and grays and reds and blacks and all that stuff, or dark grays or whatever. You got the backpack, even there's a little bit of red on there. Got his backpack, which looks like looks like that. There's Megatron, and on the side here you have, hey, look, there's Orion Pax. He's got a very IDW head and everything. You got the significant retooling from his Gamer Edition version. You got the little smokestacks right there, and there's blue, and there's the kind of rigid front bit of the truck. There's some gray down here, a bit of yellow there, more blue and gray, big old vents, feet. And you've got a bit of a backpack thing, but that's fine. That's fine for what it is, considering everything. So, yeah, there you go on that front. And back over here. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the 2-pack, and a lot of people have mixed feelings on this one, considering, a lot of people really want this Orion Pax, but they don't really want another Megatron. Because then, this is the 11th iteration of this mold. All Megatrons. 11 releases of Megatron using the Siege Megatron as a base. A little bit ridiculous, but anyway, they have a couple accessories. Orion Pax has the, hey, look, these are his little arm blasters. You can put them in his hand if you really want to, but, they're supposed to go on his forearms. Like this. Like that. And like that. So that's pretty straightforward. He also comes with a big old rifle, which is the same one that came with the Gamer Edition Optimus, but it's a bit of a extra piece. This light gray piece right here is a whole brand new piece. And it lets him actually hold it in his hand if you want. Or, if you really want to do the old Gamer Edition thing, you can. You can actually just, right here, this screw right here, you can undo this screw and, undo that screw right there, and you can actually take these, there's 2 pieces right here, undo this, and that'll give you access to the porthole, the hole right here in the gun, which will let you, yes, you can still do the thing. It's still there. Yeah, and even this, it has a little peg on it still, so you can still store it back here if you want. Yeah, just showing real quickly. This is the Gamer Edition gun. You can see they are the same gun, slightly different, not even the same shades of gray. But yeah, this one has this extra piece. But yeah, so this lets you know that you can still, if you want, give them the arm gun if you want. So there you go. Just letting you know. Yeah. You can do that if you want. And I will say this this forearm holds on a bit more secure than the one on my Gamer Edition version. I'll say that much. Megatron here does come with quite a few accessories, actually. Namely, well, hey, look, he's got his drills and everything, which you can actually combine a lot of this stuff in one thing. They will actually kind of show you, like, yeah, one of the things they show you to do is doing this, and then like attaching this, and then putting this on top, and yeah, he's got this big old thing, which, you know, put it in his hand like that, if you like. Do that if you want. Big old spiked pickaxe thing. You can also, of course, you know, separate all this stuff and yeah, now you got this, which you can plug this on his arm. You know, hey, look, there's this little drill, which will eventually become a fusion cannon someday. You can have a smaller pickaxe if you want. You have that smaller pickaxe, bam, you know, no problem there. And of course, you can take him out. You have it's a hammer and sword thing. Yeah, a hammer looking thing and a sword looking thing. Flaming sword looking thing. And yeah, you can hold both of these if you want. You can hold both of those, you know. No problems there. And for storage, for all of them, you can put them all, like, pickaxe can be put on the back here. So can the drill. Drill can also be put on the back, like that. And then, of course, these, this little tab right here on the hilt, which can go onto the shoulder. And this also has little tabs right here on the shoulder, which can go on there one way or the other. There you go. So there's your weapon storage. Also, he has a tendency, at least mine, has a tendency to want to lean back even without the weapons attached. So yeah, it's a little annoying to say the least. But yeah, you can attach all the weapons if you want. And there you go. So because I'm going to remove these just for the sake of making this next part a little easier. Because you got articulation, which, yeah, head right here, ball joint on Orion Pax. You got ball joints left, right. You got up and down. You got a lot of waggle right there. You got full rotation on the shoulders right there. You do have outward out that far. You do have a bicep swivel right there. The elbows can bend a little smidge over 90 degrees. Not a whole lot over, but a little bit over. The wrists, in fact, can swivel as well. I forgot to mention this as well. These little arm guns are blast fit compatible, although barely. That's kind of a loose fit, but they are supposed to be blast fit compatible. So there's that. Almost forgot. So you got the wrist swivels. You got a waist swivel right there. Completely in here, you do have a hips which go that far forward. A lot of big old kick right there. You got backward is kind of that's it. You only get a little tiny bit backwards. You got a thigh swivel right there. You have outward, which again a bit more than the full splits. You got the thigh swivel, and you have a knee bend, which is about 90 degrees, and the feet can tilt quite a bit. And thanks to transformation, they can go a bit back. And if you're willing to untransform it a bit forward, and he just punched Megatron in the face. You can also, I guess, use this transformation and do something with that, I guess, but it doesn't look particularly good, but you could possibly do something with it. I don't know. There's that. And on Megatron here, you do have head is on a ball joint, so you got left and right, you got up and down, you do have, well, there's not really any waggle because of how it's designed. You do have full rotation there at the shoulder, you do have outward that far, you do have bicep swivel right there. Elbows go about 90 degrees. The wrists do nothing. They can hinge inward thanks to transformation, though. You do have waist swivel right there. Hips can go forward that far and back that far and outward. More than full splits. You have a thigh swivel. This is all very loose right here, by the way. The hips and the thighs are very loose. Knees can bend about 90 degrees, and feet can tilt that far. And on top of that, well, unless they get all caught on yours, like they do on mine, you can theoretically bring the heels down, although they get caught really easy on mine. And you can do that and use that for poses if you need that. Yeah, they just get caught really easily because I think there's a little excess plastic there or something. But yeah, there's his posability. And also one last thing I also forgot to mention on Orion Pax here, which is, hey, guess what? He's got a opening chest, which means, yep, there is a matrix in there. Can't hold it, but you can pop it out. But you can't hold it. Yeah, you can see the matrix again. Kind of gray. That kind of bronzish goldish color with some blue, with the blue crystal. There you go. But yeah, you can't really hold it. I tried. It's like something, but now you can't really hold that. So, oh well. You got that. And there you go. So yeah, that's the articulation, accessories, and all that stuff. So, yeah, why not do a double comparison real quick? Here's the Gamer Edition Optimus right here. And just regular old Siege Megatron. You see, there's actually, he got a bit of height. And when they remolded him, they also gave him a little bit more height in the legs. You can see the legs are, the shins are longer. He's actually almost like pretty much a head taller, which is interesting. So, there you go. So that's it for the robot modes, which means we're going to go ahead and go to alternate modes. And I'm going to go ahead and start with, well, I'm going to start with Megatron on this one because why not? So yeah, for Megatron, it's I'll get this stuff off of his back and stuff, so may remove all the weapons that are attached. And yeah, he's pretty straightforward because he's like the Siege version, which is like the Earthrise version, all that stuff. Then we take the hands and, you know, fold those in, fold that in. Take the backpack here and kind of bring it up like so, and get these unfolded as well, like so, and like so. And then take the arms and untab them and rotate them back. Tab and untab that and rotate that back, like so. Just get those out of the way. And then, you know, up here you want to go ahead and start collapsing this all down, including the head and everything. And bring this right here. Bring this around, which again, kind of a pain sometimes. So these tabs on the sides here will line up with the slots on the treads, and also just collapse that. Make sure to collapse all that like so. Fully in, like that. Make sure those arms still all the way. Now take the waist, rotate it 180 degrees, like so. And the waist is super tight, but the hips aren't, which is a little bit of a recipe for disaster. Anyway, take this bit right here on the leg, open that up, take the leg, bring it out, fold it in on that hinge, collapse it in there like this, and close it back up, and then tab it in the side of the waist like that. Same thing. Bring this out, rotate that out, bring that down, rotate the thigh piece and everything, collapse that in, bring it out at an angle so you can close this up and then tab it in like that. Then for the feet, you go ahead and, well, again, fight the heels and close those up and make sure they're locked in place, and then bring the foot down, and then again, close up the heel. Make sure it's locked in place and bring it down like that. Then you got this, and I'm going to freak out on you. There we go. That wasn't quite set properly. There we go. But yeah. Got that in, and then of course you take this piece and you want to take this and you want to remove the handle from the pickaxe, peg it in the back of this, and these tabs right here will go into the slots on the shoulders right there. Just put in that slot and then slot it into the other one. And there you go. That's Megatron in his alt mode. So we'll go and put it off the side and go focus on Orion Pax. Of course, take the gun out of his hand, remove the forearm guns as well. Now, take the hands and rotate them 90 degrees so that the top of the back of the hand is facing forward like this, like that. And go ahead and bring them out like this, and then slide these out like so. You go ahead and take this piece and unfold this and bring it down like that, and rotate this around right there. And go ahead and rotate these pieces around like so. And like so, rotate that around. And then the whole top of the chest, you unfold that and bring it back and make sure it brings up all the way. You'll feel it click into place like that. Go ahead and bring this down over top of the head. And then slide these in and they'll tab in right here. And whatnot. Just bring that all in like that. Then the waist here, you want to rotate that 180. Then bring the legs together and tab them together. Like that, including at the back here and at the feet. Which kind of fights a little bit about, but you know, it's doable. Like that. You go ahead and bring the legs up like that. Then take the feet here and untab these, bring those back. That was supposed to stay tabbed together. I'm going to bring these forward like this. Then take these bits right here. Bring up the smokestacks, bring them out at 90 degrees. Bring out the smokestack, bring out 90 degrees. And then rotate the wheels around like that. Click into place. Rotate around. Click that in place. Then bring the feet pieces up like this. Now before you bring it down, you want to take the arms and bring it in. Rotate it in like that. Bring this in. And rotate it here like that. Like so. These little pegs right here need to be on the outside. Go ahead and bring the legs down at the hips. Over top of the arms. Make sure the legs stay straight. And then these pegs right here, there's a... should have shown that before. There's little peg holes on the wheels. And they'll line up with these pegs on the arms, and you peg it in. Peg that in and peg that in. So, bring it all together. Then you bring the roof down like this, and it'll kind of click into place. It's supposed to click into place. There we go. There we go. Clicks into place right there. And then right here, make sure this all stays straight. These will come down over top of the fists and hide them away. Yes, see, finally the fists are hidden away. And hide that fist inside that right there. And you take these, bring these forward and collapse the smokestacks and everything, and this will just right there tab in. And then collapse that in and tab that in. And to finish off the vehicle mode, you then take the little forearm guns and peg them in right here, like so. And like so. And that is Orion Pax's vehicle mode. And that means we are done. That sure is a Siege Megatron, and well, actually that's a pretty different Orion Pax there from his Gamer Edition's counterpart. But yeah, Siege Megatron here, yeah, you can see, well, not Siege Megatron, it's Gladiator Megatron, but yeah, with some new bits. But yeah, it's a tank. It's the same tank we've been seeing since Siege now, which is what, 2017. Wow, tells you just ridiculous. But yeah, it's got a new turret thing because it's a drill instead of a gun, but still, it's just like, yeah, I guess. It's got wheels, it can roll, I guess, if, the wheels aren't too frictioned. But it can roll. The turret, of course, can do a 360. I guess there's really not much else here. I guess the drill can kind of spin on this peg. Yay. As for storage, well, they tell you can do this with the pickaxe head. You can just kind of plop it there, but these don't really have anywhere to go. There's no pegs or anything that can really do. I mean, I guess you could kind of do this. You could just, I guess, extend the hands back out and do that, but that just looks silly. But you can do it. It's one thing. Yeah, other than that, though, there's really no real storage. I was hoping that maybe the tabs would be the same size as like the 5mm peg holes, but they are not. They don't quite fit in those. There's no like slots. I hope that maybe they'd retool it slightly with like some extra slots or something, so like you can, hoping that maybe they can actually tab these on or something, but there's nothing. So unfortunately, these can't store anywhere on the vehicle. You could theoretically like do something weird with like this thing. For example, you can swap out this for this, which is just kind of funny. You can do that. I'm not sure what purpose that serves, but you could do that. Yeah. It's all right, but yeah, I think I only have 3 of this mold, and I'm kind of like, okay, can we move on now to something new, please? It's okay, and on countertop on mine is, again, I just complained about it, which is, yeah, a lot of the joints are weirdly loose, some of them are weirdly tight, and like this, I don't know what the heck's going on with this. You saw how much I was struggling with it. I've never struggled that much with this plate on any version of this mold, and yet this one did not want to fold over, so I don't know, maybe I was just accidentally doing something slightly out of order or what, but ugh. Now, Orion Pax here, hey, yeah, man, they did a lot of remolding compared to Gamer Edition Optimus. Generally, well, you can see, yeah, just in general, like the vehicle is a very different shape than the Gamer Edition Optimus as a whole. It's more squared off. It's kind of IDW-esque in a way. They did that thing where, full parts, but, the parts where end up where, the normal was, because, his robot chest is right underneath this thing. They changed how the arms work. They no longer tab together. They originally they tabbed together and everything and tabbed into the bottom side of the blue. Instead, now they peg into the sides. There's just, hey, look, the feet come over top and fold over the fists to cover them up. Yay, no need for an upgrade kit. So yeah, they did quite a bit to take the Gamer Edition Optimus and turn it into an IDW Optimus, or Orion, and it works really well, and he rolls pretty well, although you can see some hookup issues, but it's fine. And the gun here can store, there's of course the same as before, there's these little tabs right here, and there's the slots right here, and just take that and bam, right there, and now the gun is on the back of the truck, and yeah, it's a good mode. It's a really nice figure, and if you have the Gamer Edition option, it's mostly familiar transformation, but there's some new steps that makes you, cool. So yeah, it's a good truck. It's a good truck overall, but yeah. As for some comparisons, real quick, again, here's a Siege Megatron, and here's Gamer Edition Optimus. And you can really see this, like these two, like for these two, yeah, you can see the remolding for the turret. The turrets are way different, but you can see like everything else is functionally the same. Yeah, everything else, like everything is pretty much the same. Even the only bits that are different are just in slight differences, like the shoulders and whatnot, and cannon instead of a the cannon instead of a drill, or whatever, vice versa. Drill instead of a cannon. But yeah, it's largely the same thing. But yeah, but as for these two, it's like, wow. Like you can see, like, yeah, they're the same mold to a degree, but man, they did a lot of new engineering to make this work. Like these panels are new. That's a new panel. Again, the legs are completely different. The legs are longer too, which is interesting in its own right. You think about it, like the legs are just plain longer than they used to be. Considering, which is funny. So yeah. The front end is completely different. You can see that. The front end is completely different. I mean, the wheels are the same mold. The smokestacks are still there, which is funny because they still have this. They'll only do this now because they, you get out of the way. But you can still angle them up if you want, which is pretty neat. But yeah, again, back end's totally different. They cover it up now. It's covered up now. It's a bit of dust there. Back end, the back end's completely different. Yeah, you can just see it's wildly different. So yeah, fantastic remold there. So that's the thing. This set as a whole is a mixed bag. The Megatron for me is just kind of, yeah, a lot of people just aren't interested, and I wasn't really particularly interested in Megatron either. He just kind of, yeah, he's a slight retooling of the. He's a what is it? He's a redeco of a slight retooling of a figure that's been around for a while. In my mind, it's really showing signs of mold degradation or something, because some of the parts are ridiculously tight, and other parts, like particularly in the hips and whatnot, are really loose. On top of it, the heels don't like to fold properly. They get caught on stuff. The heels get caught on when you're trying to move them, so that makes it annoying. So I have to like shave some plastic away, whatnot. So see, the new Megatron, the Gladiator Megatron, is kind of unless you, it's just kind of hard to like that thing, because, well, in part because this is, again, the 11th version of this mold to be released. All Megatron. And if you've been collecting them all, then boy howdy, you're insane. I mean, if you only had have just one or two, then yeah, it's not a big deal, but it's not much different. They did very little to retool it, and some of it kind of retooled in the way, I'm not really a fan of how this turret looks. It's so empty looking. There's that. But Orion Pax, man, it is so good. It is a really good remold of the Gamer Edition in such a way that, well, you can see the Gamer Edition DNA blatantly throughout the whole thing, the robot mode transformation and the vehicle mode. It makes all these improvements to the everything. The proportions, he's less chunky looking because they made him a bit taller, but of course, Gamer Edition was supposed to be chunky, so there's that. They covered up the fist now in alt mode. They did a lot of good stuff here, and it looks really good. It's a nice vehicle. It's a really good figure. It's a recommendation-worthy figure, but you're kind of saddled with this guy, and that's where we come at. The problem is it's a 2-pack, and it's a $75 2-pack. You get basically, these are both Voyagers, and should be 2 Voyagers equals $70, but I guess it's that thing with Comic-Con exclusive, just get a bit of an upcharge of $75. So you get one fantastic figure and one that's kind of people are bored of. And it's not necessarily the mold itself is bad per se, but at this point people are bored of it, and on mine there's just significant issues. May not be everyone has these. I'm not sure if everyone has these issues now, but also mine, if you saw, has trouble standing. It doesn't like to stand very well because the hips are so loose. So you got, it's hard to recommend because of that, and it's so frustrating because I think a lot of people really enjoy this Orion Pax, but you're saddled with this, and that was the thing, is I'm seeing that's the common sentiment is, man, that Orion Pax is so cool, but I really don't want that Megatron. And I was hemming and hawing about this for a while. I was kind of hemming and hawing about buying this because of the Megatron. I didn't really want the Megatron. I wanted just the Orion Pax, and the problem is, you're waiting for someone else to split the pack with you. Guess what? Everyone's trying to sell off the Megatron because they want the Orion Pax, and that's kind of a problem. So as it stands, for $75 for the two of them, the problem is I can't really recommend that as it stands. Even if Orion Pax is really good, the Megatron just really drags him down. So if it ever goes on sale, which is a good chance it might, considering it's still available on the Hasbro Pulse, even though it's been over a month since, I think it's been a while. Actually, I was kind of worried about this because I kind of wasn't able to get to this as fast as I wanted to. So I've had these for 2 weeks now. Again, I've been busy, but I was worried that this thing was going to sell it before I could review it. And no, it's still available as of recording. And I don't think it's going to run out anytime soon, mostly because I suspect people really just don't want that Megatron. So if you're willing to take that gamble and wait for it to go on sale, it might be worth it for the Orion Pax alone. But as it stands, it's really hard to justify because the Megatron is just so at best. And that's me kind of being kind to it. I think a lot of people have much harsher words for it. Maybe if you can get the Orion Pax by himself for a decent price, and go for it. But as it stands, the 2-pack is hard to justify when half of the pack is just kind of... So that's it. Just know what it's worth. It will cost $75, and one of the figures is mediocrity at best, but the other figure is just utterly fantastic. So there you go. I hope you found this review informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social medias down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Ko-fi and my Patreon, and I shall see you next time with another video review.